Hey, Des. Welcome to another episode of POPcode Maker, and today we're going to be talking about our Python code, the algebra calculator. So I want you to stay tuned because we're going to really do a little bit of code review. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so we are getting into the algebra calculator, and I want to demonstrate on the prototype. We've added some functionality since the last time we talked. I just wanted to make sure that you are up to speed on this project. After I look at the different ways to input information, then we'll go ahead and review the code. So here, since the last time, we're able to put in values. Now notice there's a leading zero, and we probably need to fix that because we don't want leading zeros in our answer. So I'm going to clear that. And notice that down here at the bottom, I have included a status area. So it kind of tells you what's going on as you're doing things. Okay, so I'm going to clear that. And when we go back into it, we still have that. We don't have that leading zero anymore. So might be a little bit of a bug there initially on start where it puts in that leading zero into the operator variable. But other than that, we should be able to divide equal, and that will give us a decimal number, and also down at the bottom was exactly what the answer, well, what the question was and what the answer is. So it kind of gives you a little synopsis, a little summary of what's going on. So kind of like that, and it's in red, so it's nice and clear so you can see what's going on. Also, if you want to use the multiplication, notice that it appends the current operation. So in order to do that, you need to make sure you hit clear before you go on to the next thing. So here it is. We have a 9, and then we want to multiply it by 6. So we hit equals and we get 54. Now, if we wanted to continue on and say, okay, subtract 3, and then hit equal, you'll get the subtraction of 3 after the multiplication of 9 times 6. So it just really is a calculator that allows you to do now. What I will mention down here, there's a negate function that allows you to take the opposite. So what it does is it put in parentheses and everything you've entered in so far takes the negative of it. So it takes the negative of the answer. And then you can add it to like 369 and then equal. And then you have the summary down at the bottom so you can see exactly where the answer is coming from. Does that make sense? So I think that's a very good thing that it has a summary down at the bottom and that allows you to know that where it's getting its solution from. Then so I did division, I did multiplication, I did subtraction, so addition. So we got all the operators here going on. We also, like if I wanted to take a percent of 318, then that's all I have to do is find out what is the percent of my final answer or my previous solution. Notice that I put parentheses around it, put a percent, and it lets you know that, hey, the percentage of this, if viewed as a decimal, when you hit the percent key, it gives you the decimal approximation or the decimal equivalent as a percent. So that's that operation. And then if I wanted to go ahead and clear and use my decimal, 3.2 times 6.5, I will get a floating point number. So that works very well, and our clear button works very well. So on the next round, we will go ahead and go into the next set of functions, which is the LCM, GCF, average, NCR, and PR. Okay, so it's going to be the next function and next phase of our project. So let's look at some code. Alrighty then, so now we're here in the code and we want to look at everything that's going on. And so look over here on line, starting in line 19, and you'll see where I'm going to have to basically define the functions that's going to actuate these buttons. So whenever there is a number click or operator click or a function click, something has to happen. So on the very first one here, we want to look at the num click. So basically looks at all the numbers and all the operators, like the division, plus, minus, equal, and basically it says global well, not equal. The global operator, the global preview text is going to be shown or made available. This global means that it's a global variable and we want to access it within the function. And then here we are assigning or reassigning operator to include the string number. So whatever came in as a number, we want to include it in operator. So basically appending the operator string. Then we'll set the text input, which is that screen at the top of the calculator, and we're going to set that to the operator. So that's going to just display what was actually clicked. Okay, so that is that. And after it gets clicked, then we look at update preview. Well, basically update preview updates the text in the preview area. And we really haven't used the update preview yet, so we can skip over that right now. And the action clear, that tells you to just clear out what's in the it tells you what's clear, and then it sets the operator, you know what I mean, equal to blank. So like nothing in there. And it'll set the text input to 0. So it shows a 0, but it doesn't say operator equal to 0. So that's the difference. That's the reason why it's not like when you start clicking, it doesn't put a leading 0. But I think the leading 0 comes from setting operator equal to 0 in the very beginning. So you might need to just take that out and see how it works there, and that should be fine. Yeah, I think that will work fine. Because when you first turn it on, if you hit clear, it's gonna set that input text to 0, right? So if you like clear, if you hit clear on a calculator, you're gonna see that 0 pop up. That's all that means. All right, and then you have your equal button function. So when you click equal, then it tries to do the operation. Basically, it's going to try, so we got some exception handling going on. Try to do the evaluation. For some reason, it doesn't go through okay, then it's going to send an error message. So down in the text, the status, it's going to say error, just like it would on a normal calculator. So those are the types of things that have been added to the functionality of the calculator. Nikki, I demonstrated that. So on the Nikki, all it is put parentheses and a minus sign in front, and then it sets the operator to that. And that's pretty much it. That function is pretty straightforward. The percent that we talked about, divides by 100. Yeah, straightforward. I don't need to make it a long video. If there are any questions and you want to see the code, feel free to look at the links down below to the location in GitHub. You can see all the code available. So with that, I want to thank you so much for watching, and it's been great. And you have a great day. And like,